Welcome to Decoding Financial Markets. Our today's topic is easy money. Is this the end of an era? To say that investors are confused would be an understatement. It seems on a daily basis, we gyrate between extremes of recessions, inflation, deflation, recoveries followed by contractions. Like drunken sailors, markets move from aft to stern, without much rhyme. These moves are frequently wrapped into a broader discussion of a regime change. One of the more frequent headlines in financial press claims, the end of an era of easy money. Alas, it is easier said than done. While no one disagrees that extensive reliance on monetary levers has in the last 3 decades contributed to shallower growth, capital mismanagement, disinflation, wealth inequalities and social tensions. However, before we declare the end of easy money, we should understand the cost of reversing decades of financialization, addiction to debt, leverage, and asset prices. Just few facts ought to give us a pause. 1. If we set G4 nominal GDP and money supply at 100 in 1995, today, nominal GDP stands at 224 but narrow money is at 605. What is the difference? Assets, pensions, houses etc. 2. In a global context, if estimates that global debt now exceeds $300 trillion or 3.5x GDP, whereas in 1980s it was closer to 1.5x, and most economies now require at least 3x more debt to generate 1 unit of GDP. Financialization is even greater, with financial assets estimated at $500 trillion, and this valuing derivatives on a net not gross basis. 3. In the U.S. context, if we place household wealth and GDP at 100 in 1951, today, wealth stands at 12,000 while GDP is 7,000, with the entire gap emerging since the late 1980s. Prior to that, wealth grew broadly in line with the economy. Before we contemplate the end of an era of easy money, we should recognize that without easy money, there will be no pensions, while 401ks will be a fraction of what people believe them to be, and houses will not be worth anything like what people paid for them. It is not even discussing children of free money, alternatives, private equity or parity trades. Today, U.S. unfounded liabilities exceed $50 trillion, on top of the official debt of over $90 trillion. The end of easy money would blow an even bigger hole. Despite negatives, financialization and addiction to an ever lower cost of money is simply irreversible. It is just too late. We should have had this debate in 1990s, by now that train has well and truly gone. So what is the answer? Disorienting balancing between encouraging financialization while trying to rebalance through fiscal and redistribution policies. Prepare for massive spikes in inflation to be followed by equally steep collapses into disinflation, as societies and policymakers meander in the darkness. Neither consistent disinflation nor inflation, compressed into ever shorter time periods with high volatility. We would be lucky to get 1970s or 1990s OOS.